How's it going, everybody? Thank you for watching another video. So it seems like firearm sales are at an all-time high. We have a massive ammo shortage. What does that mean? We've got a lot of new gun owners. So I would like to welcome you to my channel. And if you don't have a chance to make it to a gun safety class, I would just like to share with you 5 of the most common mistakes I see new gun owners making when they go to the gun range when I was an NRA safety instructor. Let's go over the safety rules first. Number 1, always make sure that you treat any firearm like it's loaded. Number 2, always make sure you're pointing the firearm in a safe direction, and that means that you're making sure that the target is target worthy, that you're not shooting at a rock that can ricochet back at you or someone else, making sure that it's tall enough, and also knowing what's beyond that target. Number 3, ensure that you keep your finger off of the trigger until you're ready to fire. Number 4, make sure that your firearm is unloaded when it's not in use. Now, I would consider a home defense gun as being in use, but you want to make sure that if it's not in actual use, that it's unloaded. And of course, number 5, you always want to make sure that you have the appropriate eye protection and ear protection when using a firearm. Alright, I'm going to be using you guys as my safe direction here. Going to make sure that my pistol is unloaded. Going to lock the slide back here. Nothing in the chamber. We're all clear. Alright, so mistake number 1 actually has 2 unsafe conditions that it causes, and that's locking the slide back. Now, I think we can all agree that locking the slide back can be really difficult if you've never handled a firearm before. You're nervous, your hands are all sweaty, you get it on this metal slide, and it's very slippery. Even when there's serrations on the slide, you don't know where to grip and lock it back. So it's a very awkward movement. Alright, so here's the first unsafe condition that locking the slide back can cause. So a lot of new shooters, they get up there and they're struggling and fumbling around, and they want to try to get the gun as close to their body as possible to lock that slide back. But instead of having their shoulders turned into the safe direction, they kind of have it angled off to the side because they're facing the target, and now they're really trying to work that slide, and now the muzzle is not pointed in the safe direction down range, it's pointed sideways. That's dangerous. Now, the second unsafe condition I see as the new shooter is trying to work this slide and it's pointing in an unsafe direction, they're not paying attention to where their finger is and it drifts down onto the trigger. So now they're working the slide in an unsafe direction while their finger is on the trigger, and that is double trouble. Now again, I totally understand. You're not intentionally trying to be unsafe. The concentration now is only on locking the slide back and not on being safe where it should be. So as a new shooter, how do you remember not to do this? It's really simple. Just remember to keep your shoulders faced toward or bladed toward the target. Now you can work your slide all you want. And the only other thing you got to remember is to keep your finger way up here on the frame or on the slide, just way outside of the trigger guard, and you'll be fine. Alright, the third most common mistake I've seen on the range is a distracted shooter. Here's a great example. So we got a shooter up there just really trying to concentrate, and maybe somebody calls their name, and then they turn their head, and then their body follows with them, causing an unsafe shooting condition. So if that happens, keep that pistol pointed down range. Somebody calls your name, you can say what's up, but just make sure that pistol stays pointed down range. Another great example of a distracted shooter is, let's say shooter squeezes off a shot, then a piece of hot brass comes back and hits them dead in the forehead. I've seen hot brass go down girls' cleavage and for guys right up here in their shirt collar. And I've seen guns start to be waved all around the place. And I've seen people actually drop the pistol. Please, if that happens, don't drop the pistol. Don't wave it around. Just place the pistol on the bench, face down range, or if you can manage it, just keep it face down, pointed down range, and adjust yourself. You'll be fine. Now, the fourth most common mistake I see is people shooting out of their ability. Now, more specifically, what I mean is learning how to draw from a holster. I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody drawing from a holster and then some part of their arm or hand is in front of the muzzle. Another thing too is coming up out of the holster and their grip is just all sloppy or all over the place. Not only is that unsafe because you don't have a good grip on the gun, but it's basically not going to be very effective. So if you don't have experience with knowing how to draw out of a holster, go take a class. And the fifth most common mistake I've seen is inadequate ear protection, especially in an indoor range. You gotta double up. I use both earplugs and earmuffs when I'm in there because you never know who you're gonna be next to. They might be shooting a shotgun, or something with a muzzle device. And those little foamy styrofoam earplugs aren't going to do you any good. You want to make sure that you protect your hearing. You got to double up with earplugs and earmuffs. Once again, guys, I just want to welcome all of the new gun owners out there, and I hope this video helped out if you can't get to a gun safety class. That is the ending of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Chemo 365, please do. Remember, I'll catch you guys laters.